take off the front drive shaft. Before I do that, I just want to mark it from the front yoke. Just take a marker or a pen. This way I can put it back together the way it came apart, just to avoid any unnecessary vibrations that you could cause. I'll use a 11mm socket, or you can use a wrench. Take these caps off. Just twist it and get these ones off. Before I slide the drive shaft out, there is a clamp that goes right here. You're going to want to take that clamp off. It looks just like this one. You can either cut it off or just try to jam a screwdriver in there and pry it off. When you go to put it back together, you could use a tie wrap or a wire tie to put back in that position. So this one doesn't have that, so I'm all set. Now just take a pry bar, pry back, and just be careful. You don't want these caps to fall off. So just wiggle this back and forth a little bit. Slide it down. Then you can slide this forward. Slide that boot off. Now just pry this boot back a little bit. And just slide the shaft out. I'm going to remove this shield, use a 15mm socket, take these 4 bolts out. And this connector right here, I'm going to disconnect that. That goes to the encoder motor. Just push down on that tab. It's right there. All right, now we're going to take a 15mm socket and take these 3 bolts out. Those out. Just support the encoder motor while you're doing that, and then just slide it back and slide it down. Now take this gasket off, and it's ideal to replace it. If you don't have that option and it looks okay, you can reuse it. Now just try to clean off any of the dirt. There's a lot of sand on here. Now this is cleaned up. Now I'm going to take these 2 screws out right here and these 2 screws out. Leave these 2 in. You don't have to take those out. Use a Phillips head screwdriver. So these 2 screws are actually longer, so keep that in mind. And just grab this cover and just slide it straight up, just like that. Now normally you would have a timing mark on here that would be over in this area, and then there'd be a mark on the case as well. And when you're all done, you're going to want to line those up. This does not have one. This may be an aftermarket encoder motor. So in that case, we're going to make our own marks. And we'll just put it back together the way it came apart. So just take a pen or a felt tip pen, mark right there, and then I'm also going to mark over here because I want to put it exactly how it was when it came apart. Now I can just grab this gear and just slide it up gently. We want to disconnect this connector right here. You can use a straight blade screwdriver or a pick. Just slide this off. Just like that. Now this is the sensor. We'll just take this off. Now just grab underneath the sensor, just take a screwdriver, straight blade screwdriver, and just pry it up. And take the new one. And there is a keyway, so line that keyway up. And slide it down in position. I am going to rotate this to where it was. And there is an index right here for where the sensor is going to go. So plug the sensor in. And that's all the way down. Line the keyway up and line your timing marks up. And that looks good. Now that's all set. Now just clean up this area right here. Just use a rag. Make sure there's no dirt in there. That looks pretty clean. It's ideal to replace this seal, but if you don't have one and it looks okay, then it should be good. Slide this back over. And put the screws back in. Smaller screws over here. And longer screws right here. And tighten these screws down. And if you have the ability to torque these, you can torque these two smaller screws to 18 inch-pounds. Make sure you're on inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. And these two screws to 26 inch-pounds. And take this gasket and reinstall that. It's ideal to replace it, but reuse it if you have to. Now just take the encoder motor. Now if you did index it to that neutral position, you are going to have to shift the transfer case into neutral. You can just put a wrench on that fits and just adjust it to the neutral position. And then you'll be able to line up the encoder motor. Only goes on one way. And then you're going to torque these bolts to 15 foot-pounds. Now find the connector and connect the connector. And then find the bracket that this pin goes in and reposition that. That's good. Now take the front drive shaft and just slide it over that cross member and the exhaust and slide it into the transfer case and push that boot on there. And then slide the front U-joint into the yoke and try to line it up with your marks. That's good. And put these caps on. Now I'm just going to use a pry bar to prevent the drive shaft from spinning and torque these bolts to 18 foot-pounds. Now you should get a clamp that goes on here, pretty much like the clamp that came off of there. There's a metal clamp, or some people actually use a wire tie on that. That works as well. And take this plate and line it up, put the bolts back in. And tighten these down.